wanted to show you some rhythm techniques that you can play in any instrument that has strings, guitar, mandolin, banjo, but in this case we're playing on the mandolin. And some of the things that I do when I play, I may strum as I'm playing chords. That's just a standard straight strumming pattern. Sometimes I may, like if I'm playing something, I may make it a little more choppy, so you play a strum to a certain pattern that goes along with the song that you're playing. So I'm just using my thumb as I strum. Sometimes I kind of deaden strings on the way back with my fingers. Not like real hard, but like, you know, just kind of make it shorter that way if I want to. Other thing you can do is called palm muting, where you put this part of your hand on the string and you kind of mute the strings a little bit and make them softer. If you have it plugged in, or if you're doing it like on a guitar, it's even a little more effective. The mandolin's kind of short, but you have to pick up high when you do mute the string. But it is kind of a neat effect. It helps when you have a pick. Then you can kind of do a variation of between the palm muting and the open by going back and forth like this. The key to playing rhythm, though, I think, is by not overshadowing the rest of the instruments. So you kind of want to fall in and you're just building up something that other instruments can fall in behind. Then when it's your turn to play lead or something, then you can kind of crank up your volume and shine out. But you don't want to do that when you're playing the rhythm, or all of a sudden everything gets muddy. So if your chords are nice and clear and crisp, when you play the rhythm, then everything will come out and other instruments can come and solo on top of it, or they can play complementary rhythms. Another thing about rhythm is if you're picking and you have a type of a pattern like, or something like that, you want to make sure that your picking is within a steady beat and a steady rhythm. Some people, a lot of times if you're playing a song, they may jump the rhythm too fast, and so like instead of letting it hang where it should, like for instance on a hymn, if you like take Amazing Grace, some people might play Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. So they jump it too quick, and then you don't get a chance to let it ring. What it should do is make sure you let the ending have its full count, whether it's a quarter note or whether it's a half note or a whole note. So it'd be like Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound. And you have that pause, that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Especially if you're working with singers, because you have to remember that they need time, a lot of times, to catch a breath before they sing the next line. So you don't want it to be choppy and chopping too quick through the song, but you also don't want to last too long, so that way the song drags. So you kind of have to gauge that and make it right. And when you're picking, it's even more pronounced if you're off, because your picking pattern really has to fall in line. Or when you get off at the end of a line, then all of a sudden it just sounds haywire or something. So those are just a couple techniques on picking and on rhythm that I hope might help you as you play some of your songs. And as you practice, just continue to work on especially at your rhythm or with your picking, continue to practice and work on making sure that your notes that you want to play fall in line with the chord progression and fall in line with the melody of the song as you play along. So I hope you have a great day, and I hope that helped you out. God bless.